So let's start with something you've probably seen 1,000 times. It's a single comment, a little piece of modern digital despair, but it really captures a feeling we've all run into online. And honestly, it's the key to unlocking a much bigger and maybe more uncomfortable idea. Right? You can almost hear the voice behind this comment, can't you? The irony of an AI slop video, no real solutions offered. We've entered a dark feedback loop here. It's that world-weary sigh, that intellectual posture. It's a perfect example of that high-minded cynicism that is just everywhere online. But what if the real irony isn't in the AI video, but right here, in the comment itself? You know, this isn't just some random post. For our purposes, we're going to treat it like a piece of art. Think of it as the Mona Lisa of cynicism. It's got this little smirk, but it's not looking at you. It's smirking at the very idea of hope. So let's dissect this little masterpiece. Yeah, that's the tone. That smug, exhausted, almost allergic to sincerity feeling. And look, this voice did not just show up with AI. This is a relic. This is the sound the human internet has been making for 20 years, long before the machines ever started talking back to us. Okay, so this brings us to the big twist of this whole thing. We see a comment reacting to some AI video, and our first thought is, the problem is the AI. But what if we're looking in completely the wrong place? Let's uncover the real source of all this sludge. Here's the crucial point. We are absolutely blaming the wrong suspect. We see this low-quality, cynical stuff, and we slap a label on it, AI slop. But the real culprit, the original prototype for all this digital noise, is something I like to call human slop. And let's just define that term, shall we? Human slop. It's that vintage, artisanal negativity. It's the organic, handcrafted cynicism that we all perfected back in the golden age of Web 2.0. It's the original source code for all the outrage and despair our machines are now just reflecting back at us. Now, to prove this, we need some evidence. So let's take a little trip into a museum of our own making, the pre-AI internet. We're going to look at a few key exhibits that show how we humans actually built the very matrix that we're now blaming on our tools. All right, Exhibit A, the Rage Engine. Long before any AI chatbot, we mastered this. We built the algorithms that rewarded rage, we weaponized comment sections, we made conspiracy theories trend, we figured out how to divide entire nations with just a few memes. AI didn't invent this toxic playground, it was just born into it. Next up, Exhibit B, emotional pollution. The business model of the internet became, how do we monetize human attention? And in the process, we basically traded our focus, our empathy, and even our curiosity for clicks and shares. The result was this emotional smog that just seeped into everything. And the consequences, they were very, very real. Teen anxiety rates spiked, democratic institutions started to erode, civil discourse it got nuked from orbit. We meticulously built this entire system, brick by brick, and now we're standing around pointing at the machines, blaming the plug for the world we wired. And our final exhibit is the personality we created online. Go back to that first comment. It's so grand, so moralizing, but it has zero curiosity. It's a performance of being too smart for optimism. Well, guess what? That is the exact personality we used to train the algorithms. We taught the machines that snark always wins, and that the highest sign of human intelligence is to sneer. So after looking at all the evidence, we arrive at a totally new way to see AI. It's not some new evil force that's corrupting us. No, it's just a mirror, and it's showing us a perfect, high-resolution reflection of ourselves. Which leads us to a really direct question. After seeing the rage engines we built, the emotional pollution, this religion of cynicism, is AI really the villain of this story? No, simple as that. It's the mirror. It is showing us exactly what we have been feeding it for the past 20 years. I mean, think about it. The machines learned from the masters, us. AI didn't invent hallucinations. We call that lying or making stuff up. AI didn't invent propaganda, and it sure as hell didn't create slop. It just learned to replicate the human slop we've been turning out for decades. This is the core takeaway. The bots aren't broken copies of humanity. They are terrifyingly accurate reflections. They don't corrupt us, they expose us. They show us who we really are, especially how we communicate when we think no one's really taking notes. So if AI is just a mirror, what do we do with that reflection we see? We can freak out and blame the mirror, or we can look at it like a diagnosis. And this presents us with a really fundamental choice. Are you going to be a cynic, or are you going to be a solver? Let's just break down those two paths. The cynic, they see problems and they sneer at any possible solution, just like that first comment. And in the age of AI, that is the easiest mindset in the world to automate. The solver, on the other hand, sees the exact same problems, but instead of sneering, they get to work building solutions. They guide the tool instead of being automated by it. Look, being a cynic is easy. The real work is being a solver. So the final diagnosis is this. When you see AI-generated slop, just remember that AI didn't start it. It's simply automating a tone of voice that we humans perfected. And the good news is, that means we can teach it a new one. And that leaves us with one last thought. If these machines are our report card, then right now our grade needs improvement. So the big question isn't what the AI is going to do next. The real question is for you. How are you going to improve the grade?